This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. Level 2 has begun. I think, I was going to say shout out to everyone on Sirius XM. I think we're only on Sirius now. I don't know, or whatever. We're on the app or we're on this or that or something. We got preempted for college something. Was it the NIT? But nevertheless, I know that the full satellite crowd will join us again later on this evening. Sean Merriman's going to join us in a couple of minutes. We're just getting Sean set up. We'll talk about Lights Out Extreme Fighting 15 coming up at the beach, Long Beach, California. Gilbert Nakatani against Victor Rojas. So we'll get into this with Sean in a couple of moments. We'll get you caught up to date with what's going on right now on the board. NBA basketball. The Golden State Warriors are leading the Mavericks right now. It's 49-43. We're late in the first half. Kind of a lower scoring game so far. 49-44. Similar situation. The Sacramento Kings are up on the Clippers. 48-42 right now. Nuggets up 99-92 on the Spurs. Cavs are rolling the Utah Jazz right now. NIT basketball. We talked about Indiana State. Indiana State got it done, and they're going to the final. A team that probably should have been in the NCAA tournament. And because if you win the NIT doesn't mean you're going to win the NCAA tournament, but to me, it's a strong showing of character that your team can bounce back after disappointment and then run the table in the tournament. But they're not there yet. Seton Hall. And Seton Hall were the most vocal about getting left out of the tournament, right? They were upset for real. And they're sending a message as well, but they're just rolling teams. So Georgia is the opponent tonight. Seton Hall is up 66-49 with 10 minutes left in the game. We like the over. We're on Seton Hall to finish out the parlay with Indiana State here. And we got the over 145 and a half. The in-game total right now is 156 and a half. And I'm just thinking about an in-game here where I don't really see how it doesn't get to the 156. I don't think Georgia are going to tap out. Even if Georgia knows their season's over, which means they'll just start bombing threes for the next 8 minutes of this basketball game. So, the in-game over could be worth a look. I'm not going to push my luck right now. As, like I said, I got Seton Hall and I got the over the game. Quick check on the diamond right now. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants are tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. Yankees haven't lost yet this year, but they are losing 3-0 right now. The Guardians are up 4-0 on the Mariners. We got the under in that game. Cards up 3-2 on the Friars right now in San Diego. And Oakland are leading the Boston Red Sox 4-3, which is starting to annoy me a little bit considering I've got the Boston Red Sox. So Sean Merriman will step up and in a couple of minutes. We got the Ranger Redhead Cam Stewart will return. We got Sean Higgs going to step up and in. We've got Rick Saratella tonight as well. We'll get into the NFL draft as the books are starting to really release a ton of draft props right now. There was something else here I wanted to get to, and this is about MMA actually, Sean, and we're going to talk MMA with Sean, but I saw the story today. The UFC implements new Apex seating policy for fighters' families and friends on fight nights. So, it's kind of par for the course. I don't know, we could ask Sean, I don't know, as an NFL player, if you got 2 tickets. I think NFL players get 2 tickets per game. But the UFC had been giving 4 tickets to their fighters, right, for cards. So basically your family, your girlfriend, your buddy, whatever, right? So you get 4 tickets to a card that you're fighting on, not to every card. To the card that you're on, you'll get 4 tickets for it, and you'll have to buy the other tickets. So it's a similar situation in pro sports and stuff. LeBron could probably squeeze the Lakers for free tickets, but a lot of players have to buy the tickets, right, for their family. If they have the team's not going to give them 20 tickets. So, but here's in a memo obtained by MMA Junkie on Tuesday, UFC Chief Bonus Officer Hunter Campbell notified fighters and their teams that beginning with UFC Fight Night 240 this Saturday, fighters will receive 4 tickets for family and friends to watch their individual fight only. Beginning with this UFC Fight Night this Saturday, athletes who compete on cards at the UFC Apex will receive 4 tickets for friends and or family to watch their fight only. Following the bout, your guests will be outscored out of the building. The practice will be in effect for all events moving forward. That's, I get it. Like, there's not a ton of room in there, but it's like you're getting run out of the building after the fight. I think Sean's good to go. We good to go with Mr. Sean Merriman in the house right now. Lights out. Let's do this thing. Lights out. How you doing, my man? Good to see you. We'll get Sean's audio set up here. I think Sean's in a hotel room, so it's always an adventure. Hey, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Just cranking away as always.
Yeah, I know. So, what's it like fight week, man? Your phone ringing off the hook. Stress is like, I imagine it's more stressful than it was game week. Game week, you just knew you were going to go out there and knock people on their ass. Now, this is like your week right now. What's it like for you when you've got an event the week of the event?
Just what you said, stressful as hell. It's one of those things, man, where you're not fully putting your guards down until that last fight, till the last camera go off, right? Because the whole time you're worried about if a guy's going to get an accidental elbow, right, in practice, or some guy get the flu or just something happening, right? Last minute, you're scrambling, you're this close to the fight. It's going to be hard to replace him, so you might have to pull the entire fight. So there's a lot, man. I've actually thought about this because I wanted people to see what goes on. And we're not the UFC, obviously, but there's a lot that goes on in building some of these fights. We got 18 fights. We got 18 fights Saturday. So
wow.
This for sure our biggest card.
So that's 36 fighters you got to worry about. So that exactly. Like 18 fights is 36 concerns. Like you said, the last couple of days before, you don't want to get that call. Oh man, he busted his guy. He got gashed in training, the last practice, or he fell in the shower. Oh, he's having a hard time with weight, right? A lot of stuff that goes into this.
And believe me, some of those same excuses you just heard of things that happen, we get them.
Yeah. Slipped hit my head in the bathroom, right? Like you got that before? I'm sure you got it, right?
Oh, yeah. We got slipped on the way, getting out the shower, twisting his ankle, hurt pinky. I mean, we get it all, man. So that's what's the craziness about this business. But also, too, that's what drew me to it, man. It's to be in live sports. Yeah, the rush to be in live sports. It's very few things that you replace running out that tunnel, right? At 70,000 people when you play. But this is the same energy I get, man. Like fight week is going on. We got fighters chirping and stuff back and forth all week. It's been pretty crazy.
All right, so we're coming up against it here on the other side. We'll let people know about this card. And I was just looking at it. It's great. It's up on SureDog here. You have the full card that's coming up. Gilbert Nagatani and Victor Rojas, the main event. This is going to be a super entertaining bout. It's Lights Out 15 in Long Beach, California. More with the great Sean Merriman on the other side. Bring it.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it. Get my three.
Hit it.
Come on.
Hit it.
Stop.
Hit it.
Yes!
Oh,
we
my
got
God.
it. Foul him. Foul him.
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16 seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live, all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. It's a Twisted Tuesday. Countdown to Fight Night is on in Long Beach, California. If you can't make it to the card, and you guys have sold more tickets for this card in advance online than you have for any other card, Sean, so you know it's going to be a big walk-up, too. It's going to be lit on Saturday at the beach, bro.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. And like I said before, we got 18 fights, right? And so we're starting live. We'll be live on Fubo Sports at 6 p.m. Pacific, and I think we're going until 10. So we got like 4 hours of guys just flat out getting after it. And we got a couple guys that's calling. Well, I'm going to hope to keep from the UFC for a fight or two, but I know that once they see Saturday, a few of these guys are going to be gone.
So, that's one of the cool things that we're seeing about the United Football League right now. It gives people a second chance. Your company is very similar. It gives people a chance to showcase their skills on national television and a big environment. And tell me about some of the prospects, specifically the Cuban kid that you have fighting on this card.
Yeah, Lazaro Valdez. I want everybody to keep an eye out for this guy. He is next level. And when I talk about guys who had that opportunity to go to the UFC, he's going to be one for sure. Great story. Called him the Cuban Hunter. This dude trains down in Long Beach at Body Shop, who I've trained with, and AJ McKee and all these big MMA fighters who I've also been around for a long time. Just watch out for him, man. He is coming out, and I'm hoping to keep him for another fight or two after this one, but he may be gone.
What else you got going on this card that we should be looking out for? Like, what's the fight with like the bad blood? You're like, yeah, this is the one where these two dudes they're going to bust each other up.
Yeah, Daniel Ramirez is another one who's been talked about a lot for us, and he's fighting Richie Palomino. Gilbert Nakatani as well. He's at some point going to fight for a championship for us. We got not only some local guys who are like superstars in SoCal, but we got a couple guys that flew in from Miami who has big names down there too. And this is a good problem to have, right? Because now we got fighters calling all over the country in order to get on our cards now, which is cool. And I make this joke about not being – there's no hot girls in my DMs anymore. There's fighters trying to get on cards. So,
welcome to my world, bro.
For me, I'm happy about it, man. I'm happy. I just think that at this growth and this fight being live on Fubo, we got 4 hours of fights, and just seeing our viewership, man. The people is playing. It's on Bally's as well. If you look at the schedule in these regional Bally's, man, they're playing us all over the country. And so when you get viewership like that, and you got these up and coming superstars, everybody want to come, and that's what it's about.
That's awesome stuff that, that gyms from across the country are now reaching out to you and wanting to get on these cards. Awesome stuff. I can't wait to see how it plays out on Saturday night. Like we said, Long Beach, California, and on Fubo Sports on Saturday night. Sean, before we get you out of here, I got to ask you talk a little NFL. And I'm a diehard Michigan fan, so I'm a big Harbaugh guy. And I love his enthusiasm that he's bringing. But something that he said, we're going to wear powder blue, but we're not going to play like powder blue. He said, I want to play physical football. And it was almost like, you know what? He played in the dark blue, right? So we want to ask you, like Charger fans were all like, you know what? Maybe we should go back to that. Let's go old school with this, that old smash mouth football that the Chargers, at times have been known for in the dark blue. What do you think about the attitude that Harbaugh brings? And what's your favorite Chargers jersey?
I don't care what Jim says. That powder blue is the best uniforms in football. I was guaranteed that powder blue. But I get the philosophy. He's beefing up at the running back position. He brought in Gus over there from the Ravens. You look at the D lineman, the O lineman he's trying to establish. He understands that I don't care if the NFL is going to an offensive-driven league, a passing league. Everything starts with running the football and stopping other teams running. Because then when you do that, everything opens up. And one of the Chargers' biggest problems last year was identity, right? Who are they? Are they a physical team? Are they a speed team? They had no identity. And I think that him walking in the building today with the team and establishing that mentality from day one is what the Chargers have been missing for the last couple of years, man. So I get his mentality, but I will fight him over those powder blues, man. Those powder blues, I mean, those are the cleanest uniforms in football, but I get his mentality.
Have you had an opportunity to speak to him? I know it's all so new and stuff, but is he receptive to the legends of the team and guys like yourself being involved and at least being part of it or being welcome in the building, so to speak?
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to talk to him just yet. And I probably for a reason because they beat up on my Terps, some months ago. I'm not too eager to talk to Jeff so much, man. But I'm really excited, just like the rest of the fan base. He's a guy that moves the needle, and with him coming in the building, you haven't felt this level of excitement with the Chargers at least for 10 plus years. He's brought that level of excitement, and it doesn't matter if you got excitement or not. It's can you execute? But he's shown in the past he's able to turn programs and organizations around with far less than what he's working with the Chargers right now. So I'm excited for that part.
Man, he's been successful everywhere he's been. San Diego, right? The University of San Diego, Stanford, San Francisco 49ers, Michigan Wolverines. I mean, his track record is there. I asked you before, I don't know if you've heard anything or what you think, but what do you think they should do with the draft pick, with the 5th pick? It seems like they want to trade it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe drop down a little bit, stockpile some more picks. What do you think they're going to do? Or what do you think they should do with that 5th pick?
Look, if you're going to trade out of that 5th pick, somebody got to bring the house, right? They got to bring up that U-Haul truck, park it right there at the Chargers facility and say, here, we're giving you a couple first-round picks, a 2025 first-round pick. We're going to lay it on you multiple third-round. It has, and by the way, we're going to throw in maybe one of our secondary wide receivers or something. So it has to be a blockbuster because Marvin Harrison Jr. is there. Neighbors is there. And so they know they got to address the wide receiver position. And with Marvin Harrison Jr., if he slides past those first 4, right? If he slides past those first 4, he's there at 5, ain't no way in hell I'm trading him away. He's a generational talent. You go and get him. But then again, with Neighbors and what he did in this pro day and how he looked working out, including this show, right? Including what he did at LSU. But how he looks now, you can't go wrong with either guys. I think he pulled the trigger on any one of those guys. But if Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, I would not move a budge. I wouldn't take anything. I wouldn't take any first rounders. I wouldn't take anything. I'm going with that generational talent.
Sean, before we get you out of here, Rashee Rice has conceded and admitted that, yeah, I was part of that. It's like, yeah, dude, we see you on video leaving the scene. We kind of knew you were already part of it.
Right.
He's lucky nobody was seriously hurt, man, like himself or anybody else. What do you do? Like, you know what I mean? You're on a Super Bowl team. The kid has everything in front of him. He hasn't really even cashed in financially yet. You've been around the league so long. What would you say to him if he was tuning in right now?
get rid of some of those people around you. That's what you got to do first, because he was with 3 or 4 guys, and put yourself in that situation. It sucks because it lingers, right? And he's going to get disciplined. I mean, I don't know what it's suspended, fined. Something's going to happen because of it. Lawsuits for sure, right? I mean, that's going to be a part of it. But more importantly, man, like you said, I'm glad that nobody was hurt. But you can't put yourself in those situations, man, because that one time, that one thing can change your life. We've seen that with Ruggs. We've seen that, a few times, man. And, I'm praying that a lot of these young guys, when they go through it, that their heads is on straight enough. Everybody makes mistakes. There's nothing that's going to jeopardize your future permanently, right? And then there's yes, yeah.
Sean, it's always great catching up with you, bro. It's great seeing you at the Super Bowl. Lights Out Extreme Fighting this Saturday at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California on Fubo Sports TV as well. If you can't make it, but if you're in Los Angeles, you're in the area, it's going to be a badass night on Saturday night. Always great stuff, Sean. Thanks for the time, bro.
Hey, my man.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The Sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it! Get the 3!
Hit it!
Come on!
Hit it!
Stop!
Hit it!
Yes!
Oh,
we
my
got
God!
it! Foul him! Foul him!
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend. I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats and fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live, all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart Team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Great stuff with Sean Merriman. Lights out, as always. We got another Sean coming up after We go from Sean Merriman, a 3-time All-Pro, to Sean Higgs. Tough act to follow for Higgs.
3-time
Sean Higgs.
All-Pro.
I think only one of us has Sean spelled correctly, but I loved him in his Entourage episode.
Guy's amazing. Higgs is the best.
Merriman didn't respond to him with that crack either.
No.
There was no like emoji or laugh. There was Merriman probably looked at that and said, like, "Who's this idiot and why is he talking? Like, why is he saying this?"
Yeah, right.
You know, we should scare Higgs. I'm gonna tell him you really pissed off Sean Merriman for real. He told me when he sees you, he's gonna mess you up. Yeah, I just tell him. I said, no, he's mad for real. Like, I spoke to him off the air. Said, who is that fool that said that to me?
Who's that Sean Higgs fool? Pissed me off.
Yeah. So we'll get Sean Higgs in here in a couple of minutes.
I believe
he was elated.
Joe Flaherty passed away there. Gabe, did you see that today? The SCTV, Joe Flaherty from SCTV and Happy Gilmore and all the other stuff. Guy's a comedic legend. It's been a tough year for these guys. Anyway, I got VHSs of that show. Remember SCTV with John Candy gang? Yeah, Joe Flaherty.
Yeah, I retweeted. They had a bit where there were Guy Lafleur and John Candy was Daryl Sittler. I never remembered it. I saw it for the first time tonight. I was like, yeah.
Cornabits or whatever. Yeah, it was the best. We eat cornabits. John Candy was huge too.
It took a minute to get going, but they're doing the takes, and then Candy goes, I can't read French. Why is there too stupid? Why there's 2 languages on a cereal box? And Guy Lafleur looks at him as too good. That was a good bit. That was a good show. All right, let me get this picture in here. We'll get your take on this. George Kurtz, actually, it's the one thing to me and Kurtz. Kurtz is like his palate cam is like worse than his sports like viewing. Like Kurtz really only eats the same thing all the time, bro. Like he's worse than me. Like Kurtz like drinks his Pepsi.
Yeah.
Like he only eats like 2 or 3 things, like items. He doesn't, like he said, I don't like anything. Right.
Lisa still talks about when you were here and you ordered the KFC. It's the best because we always ask for specialized.
No, I ordered Swiss Chalet.
Stuff. Yeah, it's the best.
The KFC.
No,
when I said, I
it was your line. She says
whatever they give me.
She goes, hey, Gabe, because we had thighs and whatever, breasts.
Somebody was going to KFC and they said, Morency, do you want breast, legs, or whatever? I said, whatever they give me and put in the box, right?
Your line was the best. They tell me what to get. I'm like,
I don't know. Heard the 3-piece combo. Just put the 3 pieces in, man.
Yeah, we're brutal. Like I always go for like the extra piece and this. I'm always working angles at the food place. You're easy though. You like buttered chicken, just regular stuff like pizza. But you're right. Kurtz is Pepsi and chicken parm. Like I don't know, like how far his palate goes.
Yeah, he eats chicken parm like 5 times a week. That guy.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
All right, Pat, I'm sending this to Pat Foster now. This is a hot dog cam that they're selling it in Pittsburgh at the games when they open up. New item.
Nice.
I got to be honest. I wanted to throw up when I looked at it.
Okay. Yeah, you're not a hot dog guy.
No. And for the record, I don't eat hot dogs, everybody. So I might not be the best person to judge. Yeah, I'm just not down with it. Like, it's just kind of disgusting. You like pierogies?
Yeah, I do. Like, I'm not allowed to eat them as much anymore because they're really heavy.
Well, in Pittsburgh, Cam? Okay, Pat, check. We'll get this up in a couple of minutes. Yeah, basically what they've done, they've topped like a hot dog with pierogies.
It's actually pretty stupid because pierogies are a
just
meal
the
on its
texture
own.
would be like
heavier pierogi.
It'd be kind of weird. Like
you know what's a bag of pierogies? Like pierogies are like boulders with cheese in the middle. Like why would you put them on a hot dog? Like this is what I don't understand.
You'll see this thing. This thing's a big one too. It's just not like a pierogi, bro. This thing's like, what the hell is this? Why would you do this? Like if you want pierogies, just eat the pierogies. You want a hot dog, just eat the hot dog. Like you don't have to put everything on top of everything. I'm sick of that. I don't like that. And Brandon in St. Louis sent me some hamburger or something they're selling. Or they got hot dog. They're putting eggs on hot dogs in St. Louis now. You got like fried eggs on top. Like I don't want eggs. You want to be sitting next to some guy on a hot day eating eggs at a ballpark? Come on, man.
I don't know.
I don't go to a game and have some drinks and let me eat some like fried eggs here. What the hell are we doing, people?
Here's a
What's wrong with popcorn?
Yeah,
nice and simple.
I don't want eggs on my burger either. I want my burger with cheese and bacon on it. That's what I want in a bun.
You know what I get at the Dodger games, Cam? I always get the same thing. Nice and simple. Nachos and cheese.
No, probably
I get a nachos and cheese, bunch of drinks.
Nah.
If I'm really lit up, I'll get a big thing of popcorn, and I'll just drunkenly sit there, just shoveling popcorn with the drinks.
Because it goes down with like beer and booze really well. No, Vince.
Yeah. It's a good fit. Yeah.
It's unlimited popcorn for the year. You buy this thing and you bring it. Like people, they let your knapsack.
You bring your own
in.
sack. You bring your own sack.
Brutal. I don't even want to tell you this, but Lisa did. She was like tuned, and she's grabbing Vince's stuff, and he's throwing it popcorn in her purse, and she's like eating popcorn out of her purse. I'm like, we're a bunch of jackals. This is disgusting.
We'll see. We'll see this hot dog, which I'm like, yeah, this is just this thing's an abomination. It's just it's a little excessive, but people like excessive stuff. All right, Cam. So the Red Sox have tied the game with the Oakland Athletics. We're tied at 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we haven't won yet. I'm on the Sox. We haven't won the game yet.
Good comeback. I'm just saying you bet them when they were down, so it's not like it's getting worse. Like, dude, I took the Calgary Flames, and I'm going to be honest with you. They're losing 5-3 to Anaheim, and I don't know what to tell you, Morency, but you're right. I will be living in a ditch in Albany pretty soon if I keep on making these bad bets. That was probably the dumbest bet I've ever made. I do a lot of dumb stuff, but
the Calgary Flames are done, Cam. Just stay away from that team. They're bad voodoo.
They really are. They're just they suck.
That restaurant. I won't bring. Speaking of food, I won't bring it up. I told you. So there was 2 mice. They were at my feet while I was eating. I never should have paid. I never should have paid. Like, I was nice. I got up. I was like, listen, I told the girl, I said, because you're a nice little girl, I said, you're all right. I said, I'm going to pay you. But I said, this is ridiculous. Then I sent I didn't even tell them to go screw themselves. I sent them like a respectful, I go there every Friday night at the end of the week. I've enjoyed it until I saw rats at my feet. And then Sean Higgs in the house. Is it a White Castle?
I've been trying to get on my tweet. I'm like, I can't get in. I'm in an empty studio.
Yeah,
and I'm typing on the YouTube channel. I'm like, hello, anybody watching here? What's going on?
At least
to the White Castle people, there's no. We White Castle's fine.
Oh, I don't mind White Castle. At least the rats in New York bench press pizza. The ones in Canada don't do nothing but disturb they have no tricks, talents, or anything. They're just annoying and they ruin your meal. The ones in New York
is a nice snack, like a 30 crave case. With cheese.
So, Sean, I know you love food, Sean. You tweet about it all the time. Oh, for the record, Sean Merriman was just on, and he said, who the F is that Sean Higgs guy that was talking about my name and stuff like that?
First of all,
you better not ever run into him. He said he's going to slap you upside your head. That's what he told me. He was pissed.
Listen, I got 10 years on him, but I'll give him a run.
Yeah, you better run. No, I'm kidding.
I'll be running. I'll be waddling away.
Waddling like the penguin. Yeah, he'll be like the penguin.
I mean, listen, just spell it the right way. It's all right. It's okay.
He still looks like he can play, Sean, too. He doesn't really age. Like, he looks like he's still in the NFL.
Listen, you're an athlete. You're going to pretty much stay, he's not going to just swell out. I mean, he was a linebacker. Like
no, I know a lot of athletes that have swelled out.
A lot of these guys have done that. When I look at Merriman, Gabe, he's a scary individual. Like, I look at him and go, that's the guy who's
he's big in real life, too. He's a big dude in real life. He's like, he's 6'5". He's like 6'4". Yeah, he's like 6'4", 250 type thing. Like, yeah, he's big. That's the one thing when I'm at the Super Bowls, all like the media stuff every year, and it's one thing to see players on TV and pads and stuff like that, or you're at the game and they're wearing pads. It's amazing when you just see them standing next to you, right, just in clothes, and you realize, holy crap, like.
Big dude.
Like Josh Allen. When you're next to Josh Allen, you're like, this dude is like, he's freaking big, bro. He looks like an NBA player in real life. You're like, wow, he's even bigger, like in person than you imagine. Like, he's towering, man.
Yeah,
he's wide.
6'4", 6'5" are big people. That's, 6'4", 6'5" is big. Getting over that.
You don't know. Morency's 6'3". He's lean, but you're tall, Gabe. So if a guy towers over you, that means he's pretty tall. Like, you're a tall guy, right? You're 6'3".
Yeah, but like I'm like 185. Okay, here it is.
What is this garbage?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, hold on. Let me let people know here for people. So the Pittsburgh Pirates have a new food item called the Renegade. It's a foot-long hot dog topped with potato pierogies, pot roast, pickles, and onions. The hell are they doing? Oh, what is this?
I could take off the.
You're never going to
pierogi
get laid going to a game eating this. You're going to go to the bar after this. You're going to be on the. You're going to be. Look, come on.
Who wants freaking pyros? I'd rather just have a roll full of pickles and have a pickle sandwich.
So, Sean Higgs, you love food. You don't approve of this. You're like, this is. I looked at it. I was like, this is disgusting.
No, the 300 Club says
Cam?
no. Who's eating nonsense? No.
Cam,
I'm going to tell you.
what do you think?
I'm going to tell you a story about pierogies. It's basically like eating brick. So if you want to eat 9 bricks on top of a hot dog and a pot roast, be my guest. But after the game,
why would you put a pot roast on?
You're going to be downing like literally ammonium and Pepto-Bismol like it's friggin' like shots. Like it's a disaster. Why can't pierogies be pierogies? No pierogies are, Sean knows this. You dip them in sour cream. That's what
if they like
pierogies
that
are.
stuff, say, yeah, give me a plate of pierogies with some dipping sauce on the side.
Yes.
But who wants pot roast?
This is somebody makes a box of them. I'll get like the loaded cheese ones or something if we have like a burger or something. I have them as a side kind of. I'm not putting them on a freaking roll. That's like extra bread.
It's a
with
hot
bread.
dog. Then they pour some pot roast on it. Then they put some potato pierogies on top. Look. It's not appetite. Look how wouldn't your mouth be dry, Cam, trying to eat this too? You'd be like trying to swallow. Like, what the hell is that?
It's a good call, man. Pierogies, they're tough to bring down, man. They're heavy.
Mayo
and
was
dry.
Nasty.
Yeah, mayo
Not
only.
good.
When it comes to betting on sports, injuries matter, and Sports Injury Central has you covered all year long with expert injury analysis and injury-based picks for the NFL, NBA, and MLB. Our former pro sports doctors have unmatched experience to analyze every injury so you know the impact of the player, team, and their upcoming matchup. Whether it's articles, podcasts, player insights, or our patented injury scores, Sports Injury Central will help you keep up with your fantasy team and make more informed wagers. So make sure you follow Sports Injury Central and gain an edge at SixScore.com.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
It is now Corbin Burns, the AL Cy Young favorite, now in Baltimore at an 8-1 number.
So let's just say again, for just competitive purposes, Soto hits 45 home runs, Judge hits 47 home runs. It's not everybody going like, okay, 47 wins, everybody votes for Aaron Judge. Soto's going to steal some of those from his own teammate at this point. So when I look at that situation, I say, is there a chance those two could run away with it? Yes.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
89-87, 0.6 seconds remaining. Big drama here in this game. Always frustrating when your Final Four parlay and bracket gets busted, but here we go. I'm done.
Look what he is now. He's on FanDuel, plus 120. Almost even money to win the tournament. So you actually, if you did get him at plus 260, you got a pretty good, better investment than you had before. Just saying.
SportsRage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Sports.
So the men's Final Four is set for the NIT. The NIT Final Four is set, and now we're down to the Final Two. Indiana State, of course, survived earlier this evening and advanced, and now Seton Hall has defeated the Georgia Bulldogs. 84-67. The game goes over the number. We get to 151. And I'm proud of myself for not chasing any in-game overs and getting greedy. I was like, no, I got 145. I'm not taking the over 155 and a half. I'm just going to stand pat here with my Seton Hall play and the over. So Indiana State will take on Seton Hall in the NIT final. And we got the women's Final Four that starts on Friday. We got the men's Final Four Saturday. Update here. Purdue are now laying 9 to NC State. The total is 146. UConn are laying 12 to Alabama. The total is 160.5. We got Sean Higgs in the house, the Rage Reddit Cam Stewart Cam. The late in the second period right now. Vancouver is sort of trying to hang around. It's 5-2. 5-2 for the Vegas Golden Knights.
I got Vancouver plus 3.5. I couldn't resist, Gabe, but they'll probably lose by 4. It's just like, I just keep on hitting it. It reminds me of the Arizona State game where I hit it probably like 8 times live and they lost 79-0. I don't need one of those nights, but yeah, give me 3.5 with the Canucks.
If the Canucks can get the next goal, they can get back in this thing. If they can, they're pressing right now late in the period. There's still 2 minutes left. If they can make this 5-3, we could have a game. Quick update here, baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers winning 5-2 right now over San Francisco. I brought this up earlier. It was like, oh, it's Logan Webb, and it's a bullpen game for the Dodgers. And it's like, okay. The fact is, everybody on the Dodgers hitters have a career average of 327 against Logan Webb. They hit Logan Webb. In fact, they hit him hard. Mookie Betts is doing it again. And, Sean, the best bet in sports, and I can't click it for people, the best bet in sports, Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases. It was plus 115 tonight. Dude, like whatever. He's 2 for 3, hit a home run. Like it's just like printing money.
The Dodger team total was 4.5 and plus 105 on DraftKings.
Wow.
Plus 105. How? 4.5?
Because it was Logan Webb.
Still on 4.5. I get it, but come on, man. They still somehow drive across runs.
That's the best time to take the Dodgers, too. Like, think about this. You're getting a Dodger team when they're against another team's star, and you get a reasonable price. These are the times. Like, you actually bring up a good point. It's like, you know what I mean?
This was a big
500 versus the Rockies or whatever.
This was a big move by Dave Roberts, and no, you got Logan Webb, who's one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, coming in. You had Tyler Glasnow scheduled to pitch today, and you decide, you know what? No, let's move everyone back a day here because we're going to Chicago after this, and let's roll out Brazier to start the game, and here they are. They're still winning the game right now, 5-2. Like, the Dodgers are scary. And, oh, yeah, by the way, guys, Ohtani is the one that's struggling the most. He's only hitting 250 after right now tonight, Sean. He hasn't gotten it going.
Well, how can he when he's probably looking at like a 10-year prison sentence hanging over his head with his interpreter?
He's not going
to 10-year prison sentence.
For what? Let me ask you, how is an interpreter charged with stealing money? You know why? Because he didn't steal the money. Because he was betting for Ohtani.
Well, we don't know about that. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're going to accuse someone of stealing 4.1. Yeah.
Nothing's happened to the guy.
Nothing will happen to him, Sean. He's one of the faces of the league. You think anything's going to happen to him? It's not happening. Come on.
Invest in those
Go to jail for 10 years.
Baby. He's going to the Hall of Fame. If you let Ohtani play this year, Pete Rose, welcome him back with open arms.
You get less time for manslaughter. Like you're getting like 8, like you get 10 years. Come on, pigs. What are you talking about?
Pete Rose, though. Pete Rose was caught betting on baseball. Ohtani was not. There's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. That he bet on his own. That he bet against. Hold on. Pete actually bet against his team when Mario Soto pitched or something. I mean, Ohtani.
No, he didn't. Pete never bet against the Reds. He just didn't bet on the Reds. He bet on the Reds like 3-4 days a week. But it was a message to the bookies that he didn't like them the other days. But
you said it was
he was pretty hardcore. I asked Dibble. I know. Yeah, he didn't like Bill. He never bet on Bill Gullickson games. Whenever Bill Gullickson pitched, he never bet on him.
Well, that's so cool.
I asked Rob Dibble. I drank with Dibble, and Dibble's a hard. Yeah, he did. Yeah, with the Expos. Not with the Expos. After he left the Expo, he's a former Expo. But
the nasty
Dibble
boys,
told me.
Randy Myers, Norm Charlton, great combo.
Yeah, Dibble told me that he said, yeah, he bet, but he never bet against us, and he was on the team. Dibble said, I would have noticed, and he goes, trust me. He goes, and he kind of, it was kind of like I said too, with athletes now. Wouldn't you want to find out? Like a guy, like who was the guy like that's betting? You bet on your prop to the over.
Oh yeah,
like the kid on LSU did, the football player. Who was it? And there was the video of him yelling at Jaden Daniels after. In hindsight, he's yelling at the sideline. He's like, and Jaden Daniels like pointed to the scoreboard, like, "Hey, we're winning." He's like, "Oh, you're not getting me the ball. I haven't got the ball. You got the ball." It turned out he had like $1,400 on his over yardage prop, right?
You know what, Morency? Like, say we're on the PGA Tour, I'd be putting dimes on myself every week because you're going to give yourself money.
Well,
like, do it.
Yeah, but like exactly, like if I found out that Josh Allen, I would rather Cam. If I found out Josh Allen, I would wish he'd put his money on the games. Maybe he wouldn't turn the ball over as much. I mean, like I wish Josh Allen bet $1 million in every Bills game every week because he said, "I know we're going to win." I would prefer that. And the other thing is too. Why is it that a boxer is allowed to bet on himself? It's not illegal. A boxer can bet on himself. He can't bet against himself, but a boxer can bet on himself. An MMA fighter can bet on himself until the UFC created their own rule that you're not allowed betting anymore because of James Krause. But I never got that. So why can't, what's wrong if somebody wants to bet that they are going to win the game? There's no reason why they shouldn't be allowed.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, and this one makes the most sense. There's 160 guys in a field, Morency. If I'm on a matchup bet, I put like $100,000, $500,000 on myself. It's an incentive for me to beat down this guy in a matchup bet, and if I don't win the tournament, I win my matchup bet.
That's a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
Just in my opinion. Idea. You're on the tour, Cam. You're going to start betting on yourself, and you're not going to play well.
No, he's saying if they allowed it, though. If they allowed it.
Your matchup bet, you get your money. That's how you do it with matchup bets, Brett. It's the smartest thing
So
going.
let's say you're playing against Scotty Scheffler, and I'm not beating this guy.
Well, I'm also plus 400 against Scotty Scheffler. I'll go against another schlep that's not Scotty Scheffler. I don't want to bet against Scotty Scheffler. I want to bet.
I don't want to jinx the Dodgers, but it's 5-3 right now, just for the record. We mush them.
Hey, Higgs wants to. This guy's Dodger hater. That's right, Higgs.
Listen, all I'm saying, I don't love the lineup, the bottom lineup. I'm not a big fan.
Yep, that's fair.
Not a big fan. I need a little more.
The top of the lineup, it's sort of, they're all over the place, but the bottom of the lineup's not a problem, actually. Like,
if you're going to get a big win like this with a bullpen day and listen, the Giants have been
Teoscar Hernandez, Sean, has 4 home runs in the last 7 games. Like, they're like the last 5 games, whatever. Like, the guy's got 4 home runs already.
Well, he was pretty good with the Jays.
And they're not, he's not even the key piece for them.
Gavin Lux hasn't really lived up to his potential.
Lux will be fine. Lux will be fine. You want to get Outman going in center field. He's been struggling to start the year a little bit, but it's just nitpicking, really. The only thing I don't like is you got Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman all together. I've been saying it, Sean. I'd break it up a little bit just because there's been times where then you put too much pressure on Max Muncy after. You're putting too much pressure on some of these other guys. I personally would.
Like, who would you move to the 5-hole? Ohtani to the 5-hole? Like, you got to keep Freddie, it's Freddie Freeman. You're not going to move Freddie Freeman. I mean, Betts leading off is insane.
I would have Mookie Betts first, Freddie Freeman second. Freddie Freeman third. I would move Muncy up because I wouldn't have a choice. He's the only one that could do it. I would put Muncy second. I would put Freeman third. I would put Ohtani fourth and Will Smith fifth. It would present more of a challenge.
See, I'm thinking I want to get I want to put Outman 2 or Lux or somebody a guy struggling too. So you have to throw him something that he could hit.
Yeah, but they're not good enough hitters to carry it. Like, at least Muncy's a smart enough hitter, right? Like, Muncy can listen. The best thing to do is basically, if you're in that spot, is just strike out. Don't hit into a double play. The problem is, listen, Will Smith has been good, actually, though. And I'm a big Will Smith fan. He's hitting 444 on the season. Yeah, he got a 10-year, 140. It wasn't that much money, but he got 140 million for 10 years.
It's good for that guy.
Well, that's true. It's 14 mil a year only, Cam, if you add it up.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Higgs. I'm just looking at Higgs' tweet. He couldn't log into the show. Help me! I need the password. I'm sorry, Gabe.
I was seeing it back.
The gift that keeps on giving.
I was sitting in a blank studio. I'm like, this is not working. Hello, guys. Anybody here?
Yeah. Okay, Sean.
Got a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
Good for him.
10 year, 140 million. Yeah, 14 million a year. It's good for a catcher. It's good deal for both the Dodgers and for him. Like, it's hard to say you got stiff when you're walking away with $140 million guaranteed. And if you're the Dodgers, you're like, whatever. $140 million to them. They make that in parking in a weekend. It's like, whatever. We got a catcher for the next 10 years, and he's paid for it.
They get him in pierogi hot dogs.
Yeah.
The pierogi hot
Dodgers
dogs.
we don't sell pierogi hot dogs at Dodger Stadium.
What do you guys?
We sell
what do you guys got? Pineapple on
Dodgeritas.
pizzas?
Dodgeritas. A lot of booze.
Pizza from California Kitchen. California Kitchen at the stands. California Pizza Kitchen.
I think it actually is. Since I off the top of my head, I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, there it is. No, they don't have like really fed. No, Dodger Stadium's not one of those stadiums. They don't have fancy stuff. Like, it's very old school, like Dodger dogs and stuff. Like, they're not.
Yeah, no, they're old.
They still play the organ and stuff. Yeah, they're not. You got churros and stuff, right? They got the Hispanic flavor. So you got churros and stuff like that.
I want some pretzel nuggets. Like
they don't do. No, like really, the Dodger Stadium, it's like chicken nuggets, popcorn, pizza. It's not. There's no sushi bars and stuff like that.
No.
What's it? Like, I'm gonna bust that.
The
there
Marlins
with
suck, but I'll tell you, their $52 all-you-can-eat menu. Now that's something I can get into, and there's no pierogies on that stuff. That's a team. They need to do it. You know what? They got to reduce it to $30 because their team sucks so bad. Better deals.
The only two cities anywhere that want pierogies on anything are Pittsburgh and Winnipeg.
I told Sean, Winnipeg, the capital of pierogies and murder.
Like whatever. Yeah. What else? Like, I can't. I guess Chicago. They like pierogies in Chicago, I guess.
I want to get to how Cam just said Arizona stinks. Come on. You think Diamondbacks are a good team?
Arizona, yeah, they're good. I'm on them tonight. They're good tonight. They're beating the Yankees.
Yeah,
6-9. I got them tonight. Although I got the run line here going down.
D-backs are going to go over their win total this year. They're going to win like 86, 87 games, I think, the D-backs.
Yeah.
They're good.
I agree.
Like they're good. But so are San Francisco, and I think San Diego will be kind of competitive too. So it's kind of a division. All right, so before we get you out of Sean, we got a break coming up. So on the other side, we'll get your final four picks. Purdue, NC State, UConn, and Alabama. UConn, of course, have won 10 consecutive games in the NCAA tournament by double-digit points. Just an absolute dominant run for the UConn Huskies. More on the other side. We got Rick Saratella coming up in level 3. We'll get into the NFL draft and more UFL football, too.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it. Get my three.
Hit it.
Come on.
Hit it.
Stop.
Hit it.
Yeah!
Oh,
we got
God.
it. Foul him. Foul him.
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So there's it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live, all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Cam, how you doing with the in-game hockey?
The in-game hockey?
Well, we're down to the Canucks now, right? That was it. What happened with the Flame game?
I don't even want to tell you. I think they got murdered, so that was a loss.
What happened with the Senators game? That game was 2-2 and then 3-2. What happened?
I lost that game too. Can't lie.
Should have bet on Montreal. Stay away from the Canadian teams. Bet on the Canadians only.
I'm going to be honest with you, Morency. The Montreal Canadiens
the Canucks are losing 5-2 after 2 periods.
The Montreal Canadiens are like plus 250 to 300, and they're winning games against great teams and beating them by multiple goals. Alt line. They've been the best.
Okay, San Francisco's coming back. Sorry, it's 5-4.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, nothing's easy right now. I need the Canucks plus 3.5, but it looks like we're going into the third down 3. This will be interesting.
So Dodgers are up 5-4 in the top of the 6th inning right now. The Yankees looks like they are going to lose for real, guys. They're losing 6-0. The bubble is burst on 6-0. Bottom of the 8th inning, and the bases are loaded for the D-backs. 5-2 Guardians and Mariners. Right now, you know what? I got the under of this game. I've got it was 7.5, 7.5. It's 5-2. It's right on the number going into the last inning. And yeah, you're right. And this is it for him. He's a free agent after this, so he's really been dialed in. 4-4 still, guys, with the Red Sox and A's.
Grind.
Yeah. I got a Sox run line. Not looking promising. Need extra innings here. I need that Phantom Man on second. You got to get through. You got to get through the 9th. I love that. When I'm in trouble, I love the Phantom guy. Yeah, but I don't want them here. I'd rather. I got 2 outs.
I've got them. I don't want to go to extra innings.
No. I want them. Let's get to the 10th, and we got a guy on second automatically, no outs. I like our chances better than trying to get a guy with nobody on base. We got 2 outs. What are we doing here? Nobody's on.
Dodger bullpen's killing us here. They're gonna, it was all good until now. This inning is blowing up here a little bit. In the 6th, the Giants have scored 2. 5-4 right now. We've got Rick Saratella. Hang in here, Shaw. We'll get your final 4 picks, and then we'll get Rick Saratella in here. Thanks, Cam.
Later, guys. Love ripping the Dodgers.